In this video, we'll adjust around with different settings on the Motion Eye system, which we installed on our Raspberry Pi. As you may recall from the last video, we set up the Motion iOS system on our Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. Before we get started, let's make sure that a Chromebook and the Raspberry Pi are connected to the same wireless network. In order to do that, go down to the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You'll see this little tab here. Right here, you'll see that it shows you the current wireless network that you are connected on right now. You want to make sure that this is the same wireless network as the Raspberry Pi in which we set up in the last video. An IP address can be static or it could be dynamic. A dynamic IP address pretty much means that it can be changed by your home wireless network depending on the amount of devices that you have connected to this wireless network. If you have a lot of devices connected to it, it will change pretty frequently. Right now, let's see if our IP address has been changed. In order to do that, go down to the shelf to the Google Chrome tab. Then, in the search engine, you want to type in the IP address which we found in the last episode. It'll load. If it says this site can't be reached, then we know that our IP address has been changed. If this IP address is unreachable, then connect to the HDMI monitor and try to find out the new IP address like we did in the last episode. If it does work for you, then you can skip this step. Now that you've gone back to the HDMI monitor and found out the new IP address, we can change the IP address to be a static IP address. So in order to do that, let's open up a new tab and type in the IP address, the new IP address that you've just found. In our case, it was changed to the end of .30. So once you click enter, you'll see that this is the current IP address. So just log in. And you'll see that we have been successfully connected to the Motion Eye system. In order to change this to a static IP address, go to the three bars at the top left corner of your screen, and you want to scroll down until you can find the Networks drop-down tab. After clicking that, you want to go down to the IP configuration tab and click the drop-down menu and select Manual or Static IP. Then you'll see that it says the IP address here, and you want to change it to your original IP address, which would be .22 at the end. And you'll see the default gateway will be the same IP address, except the last number should be .1. Then we can go back up here and click apply, and it will ask you if you want to reboot the system, and you will say yes, and it will take a while. And you'll see that the camera has disconnected. And then you can open up a new tab, go back in here and search up the IP address which you just changed. It might take a while because it takes some time, but if you keep on reloading it. And now that you'll see that the IP address has been successfully changed, and you can log back in, and you'll see that the system has reconnected. Now that we've changed the IP address to become a static IP address, and we've reconnected with the Motion Eye system, let's get started with motion detection. Before we get started, you want to click on the camera view to the play button icon. Then it will most likely say that there are no movies recorded by camera 1. This happens because we have not yet set up the movie recording based on motion detection. So in order to do that, let's cancel out of this and go to the top left corner of your screen to the three bars. Then you want to scroll down until you can find the motion detection drop-down menu. After clicking it, it will pull you up with these options. The first one being frame change threshold. This is pretty much just an option where you can choose how many pixels will be changed in order for the motion detection to actually start. But that takes a lot of work, and there's a way easier option called the auto threshold tuning, which we can just turn on and it will automatically do it for you. There's also an auto noise detection, so it detects noise, and if you want that on, you can keep it on. If you don't want it on, you can always take it off. Then we want to go to the movies. We want to turn it on. Pretty much what this means is the camera can detect motion, however, it doesn't enact a recording. So in order to do that, we can turn on the movies. Then it pulls you up with all these options, like the movie file name, which goes by year, month, date, hour, minute, and seconds, and it will ask you what format you want your movie to be recorded in. We want to click on this, and we want to click on the H.264 MP4 option. This will save a lot of storage so we can record more videos for later. Then there's the movie quality option. Now, this pretty much just changes the quality of the movie. However, be sure to keep in mind that the higher the movie quality is, the more storage it will take up. Then there's the recording modes option. We will leave it on motion triggered, which pretty much means that it will start recording when motion has been triggered by the motion detection. Then we have the maximum movie length. It puts 0 seconds. This pretty much means that it will just record until the motion has not been detected anymore. And the last option is how long you want to preserve the movies forever, and it's automatically set to forever. So we'll just keep it at forever because we can always delete it later. Then we want to click on the big orange button called apply, and it will apply it to the camera. Now that we've adjusted all these settings for our camera, let's test it out. So for a test, we're going to wave the pencil in front of the camera. It has been detected. You'll see that there will be a red outline from the camera view, which means that the motion has been detected and it's currently recording. So let's check out that file. So what you want to do is you want to click on the camera view to the play button icon, and you'll see that our movie has been successfully recorded. And we want to click on it, and we want to click on play, and you'll see that it says the media format is unsupported for playing. So what happens is we turn on auto noise detection, and because we're talking right now, it is still recording us, and you can't play it while it's still recording. So let's just be quiet for a second. You'll see that our the red outline is gone, which means that it stopped recording. We can go back. And you want to make sure that the storage is not continuously moving up, which means that it has stopped recording. So we can click on it again, and we can see that our video has been successfully recorded. So we can click on play, and we can just see our pencil waving up and down. So this is pretty much the motion detection system for the Motion Eye. One big problem with this Motion Eye recording system is that the Chromebook or whatever device you're using and the Motion Eye camera have to be connected to the same wireless network. So in other words, if I were to leave the house or switch to another wireless network, we would not get the movies recorded from motion detection. So in order to fix this, there's a website called iftt.com or ifthisthenThat.com. So if you go open up a new tab and you just type in iftt.com, it will pull you up to this page, and you want to go to the top right corner of your screen to sign up, and you want to continue with Google because that's the easiest way, and you want to sign into your Google account, and you can get started with iftt.com. So what's happening is we're using a mechanism called webhook, and what it does is that the Motion Eye system sends a to web request to enact a applet on the iftt.com website to then send you a notification through mail. Let's create an applet first. So if you go to the profile picture on the top right corner of your screen to create, you can create an applet. So this is a really easy website to understand. So you see this big plus button. This is pretty much just saying like the cause of something. So this would be the cause, like the cause and effect. So if we click the plus button, you can search up webhook as your service. And if we click on that, we can click connect, and we can click receive a web request and our event name. So this is pretty much just like the camera name. So we can just do motion cam, and we can do create trigger, and you'll see that it has created this trigger.
Now that we've set up the cause, let's set up the effect. So in order to do this, you want to click on the plus button, and you want to search up email. Now this is the action service. So what happens is if the Motion Eye system sends a request to the webhook system that there's been motion detected, then it will do this step. So in our case, we're just going to make it so that it sends us an email. So we search up email and we click on email. Then we can click on send me an email, and you'll see that this is the text that it will send to you. You can customize it whatever you want. So we'll just say like motion detected at, and you can click and add ingredient such as event name. It should be the triggered event name. And so it would say motion detected at motion cam, and we could do at the time, which we could say occurred at, which that's the time. So the body, we can change it so motion detected at the event name. So like the camera, and we could say we detected a, like for example, if you can change this to anything you want, it could be like a human, a car, an animal, anything. So we can put a value 1, so we can change that anytime we want. And then we can also say at occurred at, so it tells us the time that occurred. And now that we set this up, we can click create action, and you'll see that you can click finish, and you can turn on receive notification when this applet runs. You can just turn it on and click finish, and you'll see that you made a new connection.
Now that we've created the applet, let's set up the webhooks request. So in order to do that, go to the top of your screen to the search bar, and then you want to type in webhooks or webhook. Click enter, and you want to go down to services, and you want to click on webhooks. And then you want to go to the top right hand corner of your screen to documentation. Once you pull it up, it will ask you what your event name is. It's the name of the event name that you put in. So we put in motion cam, and the value 1. That's the one we put in the text. So we could just say car, for example. It could be anything like human, wild animal, it doesn't matter. Then you want to click on test it, and it'll say that the event has been triggered. So like you'll see that the event has been triggered, and you'll see that we are getting emails from webhooks, which is saying motion detected at motion cam. We detected a car at June 18, 2020 at 10:03 a.m. Now, we didn't actually detect a car. That was just for example. You could put it as anything you want.
And we've created the applet, and we've received the notification. Let's set it up to the motion detection system. So the only reason why we got the notification is because it was just like a test to see if we actually got the notification, and we did. So now let's connect it to the motion detection system. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go back to this tab right here. And for example, we're just going to wave a pencil in front of it for now, so we can change the value. Instead of car, we'll change it to pencil. And on the bottom, you'll see that there is this command line. You want to select it all, and you want to right click and click copy. Then you want to go back to the Motion Eye tab. You want to scroll down to the Motion Notifications drop down menu. Then you want to turn on the run a command toggle, and then you want to paste in your command, and you want to click apply. So now we will get notifications whenever motion has been detected on our camera. So we're just going to wave a pencil in front of it. You'll see that the red outline, that means motion detected. So we can stop it, and we can go back out, and we'll see that we just got a notification. If you open it, it'll say that motion detected at motion cam. We detected a pencil at June 18, 2020 at 10:13. So that's pretty much it. We connected the motion detection system, and we've gotten a notification. So now you can go anywhere out of your house, you can leave, and you'll still get the notification that motion has been detected. So you can use this for anything that you want, for security cameras, for like reminders, or it can be anything.